Kansas City Chiefs star turns on officials after crushing Super Bowl loss. DeAndre Hopkins furiously hit out at the conspiracy theories surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs and the referees after suffering a blowout defeat in Super Bowl 59. On Sunday night at the Superdome in New Orleans, Jalen Hurts and the defense inspired the Philadelphia Eagles to a stellar 40-22 victory over the back-to-back defending champion Chiefs. Hurts threw for an efficient 221 yards and a pair of touchdowns, while using the tush push to get in the end zone himself, en route to clinching Super Bowl MVP honors. Patrick Mahomes, accustomed to victories in the big game, finished with 257 yards and 3 touchdowns, much of which came after the game was over, along with 2 interceptions and a fumble lost. Kansas City's hopes of becoming the first team to win 3 successive Super Bowl titles were left in tatters. Hopkins was clearly annoyed when he spoke to the media after the game. One of the big storylines heading into the Super Bowl was the officials seemingly leaning toward the AFC West franchise, with the team consistently being on the favorable end of numerous borderline calls in the regular season and playoffs. This gave rise to theories that the league likes the Chiefs winning due to the popularity of Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift. Following Super Bowl 59, a frustrated Hopkins took a swipe at the conspiracies. The Chiefs benefited from a soft offensive pass interference penalty to start the game, which negated a big A.J. Brown reception on 4th down that killed the Eagles' opening drive. Brown himself said the flag made him think he was in for a long night. Instead, it was Hopkins' Chiefs who were longing for the game to end. The Eagles stormed out to a 34-0 lead at one stage, as Vic Fangio's defense wiped the floor with the Kansas City offense. Late in the second quarter, Mahomes threw a pick six to rookie cornerback Cooper DeJean before then tossing another pick into the grateful arms of offseason free agent acquisition Zach Bond. Mahomes and Coer found their rhythm late as the Eagles took their foot off the gas and the Chiefs' throat. Hopkins hauled in a 7-yard touchdown, and even after Xavier Worthy was on the receiving end of a stellar 50-yard touchdown bomb from Mahomes, the game was over. Some of the officials' calls may have been questionable, but both sides will feel that way. It's safe to say Hopkins certainly does. Super Bowl 2025 started with the officials being a big storyline, giving fuel to the social media conspiracy theories about favoritism toward the Kansas City Chiefs. But by the end of the first quarter of the game, calls ended up favoring both teams, giving both sets of fans something to talk about. The first questionable call came on the opening drive of the game, when the Philadelphia Eagles appeared to convert a 4th and 2 from midfield with a 32-yard pass from Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown. Get all the updates about Super Bowl 2025 here? But the official immediately threw a flag because Brown shoved cornerback Trent McDuffie's face mask. While there was some contact, Fox officiating analyst Mike Pereira was quoted by the Associated Press as saying it shouldn't have led to a flag. Those kinds of close calls that have tended to go in the Kansas City Chiefs' favor in recent playoff games have fueled the conspiracy theorists and have been a major topic all week. Commissioner Roger Goodell called the allegations ridiculous during a news conference on Monday. The head of the officiating union, Scott Green, called such notions insulting. The calls balanced out, however, on the Eagles' next possession as a close call went the way of Hurts' team. The quarterback threw an incomplete pass to Dallas Goedert on 3rd and 5 from the Kansas City 42, but the officials once again threw a flag because McDuffie made contact with Goedert's face mask, and Pereira didn't like that call either. 3 plays later, Hurts scored on a 1-yard run for the first score of the game. The Eagles got help from another key 3rd down penalty on their next possession, with Charles Omenihu getting called for lining up in the neutral zone, negating a 3rd down sack that would have forced a punt. Philadelphia became the first team since at least the 2000 season to convert 2/3 or 4th downs by penalty in the first quarter of a Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles dominant in the first half against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs seemed to crumble in the first half of the Super Bowl 2025 as the Philadelphia Eagles shut off Patrick Mahomes' throws. Nothing seemed to work for the 3-time Super Bowl champion as the Chiefs failed to get going on the offense, drawing a blank. I hope you like this news. Please